Hi guys, welcome to Puerto Madryn, Argentina. I'm actually going to catch you up about the rest of my time in Buenos Aires because I just got here last night. But anyways, that way the next video hopefully won't be super long. So before I get to the last few days of what I was doing, I wanted to tell you a little bit about some things I learned and noticed along the way, or some changes and things over the years. So something interesting about watching football or soccer is that it's now paid only on television. So before you could easily watch the games on TV, and now you have to actually pay to be able to watch that channel. So I thought that was kind of crazy because it's such a big deal here. And for us it's always free to watch like just the general sports on TV unless it's a big match of like, what is it called, MMA or something like that. So I thought that was pretty crazy, but now you have to pay to watch it. However, they still will show on the channel that the game's going on, but they don't actually show the field. They'll just have the camera on the audience. So I thought that was pretty crazy. So abortion is illegal in Argentina, since that's a trending topic these days. As far as I know, I've heard it's illegal actually all over South America except for Colombia. So anyways, it's always a big debate. So you'll see different artwork and things like that related to protesting against that here, as well as what's going on now in the US. Also, Buenos Aires is known as the Paris of Latin America or South America, which I can definitely see. It has more of a European feel than pretty much the rest of South America. Some things that have, again, guys here are definitely cuter and they wear cologne, so they smell good too. So that's pretty funny because I kind of remember that from before, but as I've been traveling for a while, it was definitely something that I was like, oh yeah, I remembered. That's accurate about here, more than I would say in other places. I've been traveling recently, or the past few months, and some things that have kind of changed over the years is, so of course they eat a lot of meat here, but they've actually started eating more pork. Apparently some years ago the price of meat or cow went up a lot, and they started advertising and selling more pork and stuff like that. So you get a lot of both when you go to a parrilla or have an asado. They're both really good. There's also, again, I had mentioned the free bikes, which is great. They've also created a lot more bike lanes around the city, which didn't used to exist, which apparently the current president, Macri, created that. So although everyone loves to hate on him, which seems to happen with whoever the president is, that was one good thing he did, at least for the city. Also, another thing is there's a lot more, what was I gonna say? There's a lot more breweries now. You'll see just breweries all over. Definitely wasn't a big thing before, although I would say that's trending all over the world. So you can see that a lot here as well, or in Buenos Aires. I know there's several other things, but it's always hard to keep track. Alright, I'm gonna stop on that note, and then I'll catch you up on whatever I remember after, as far as other things I've noticed over the years. But so there's more skate parks. Skating was never a thing before. Now they have created some skate parks around the city. And also hip hop. Definitely wasn't a thing before, and I wouldn't really say it's a thing now, but it's become more of a trend. Actually, the next day after I did the last video, I went to Recoleta with my friend that I had met in Turkey, and we went into the Centro Cultural Recoleta, which is this building where they basically have a lot of different artwork and things inside. There you could also actually see a lot of artwork and things were related to the whole abortion issue and different things on that. But anyways, they have they actually do hip hop and different things like that in that cultural center, and they just had a lot of cool rooms with different artwork, like a cool lounge area where you could hang out. We ended up playing ping pong for a bit outside, kind of in this patio area. So really nice area. I had been in that building before, but that's definitely changed over time. I don't even remember what used to be inside, but it's a cool space where they do events and different things like that, and you can just go hang out. There's like rooms where you can just draw, and there's stuff there, so really cool space. Also had some ice cream at Volta, which is one of the best places to get ice cream in the city. So a lot of what I was doing was, again, like going back to different areas, neighborhoods that I know and like, and trying to have everything that I hadn't had yet and that I liked food-wise and things like that. So explored that area, walked around a bit more in some of the parks there, and went to where they have the big rose structure statue. Anyways, it's basically this rose or flower. Looks like it's made of a sculpture, and during the day it opens up and at night it closes. So it's really cool, literally like a flower, and then it lights up at night. There's lights inside. So anyways, walked around that whole area, and then later that night we ended up going back to Costanera Sur, which is by Puerto Madero. To go to one of those little like parrilla carts on the water, because my friend wanted a bondiola, which is another type of meat sandwich but of pork. So I ended up going back there. Anyways, that was the next day. Afterwards, following day, explored Palermo a bit more. Was trying to see if I could maybe find something at a secondhand store as far as another coat or heavier layer goes, because everyone's been saying how cold Patagonia is. I'm hoping I have enough, but was pretty much just walking around the area because I wanted to check it out. Anyways, explore. There's tons of shops, restaurants, bars. The whole area is super nice, and a lot of artwork, like just tons of the buildings and stuff are painted and have murals. It's really pretty. So it's great checking out that area again some more. Back to Plaza Serrano, which used to be like the plaza just down the street from the Residencia where I lived, where we would always go and hang out at night because they have lots of bars and things like that. So it's a cool area, and Plaza Armenia and different spots. So I ended up going with my friend that I'm staying with, or had been staying with last. Later that night, went and got sushi at this place called Dashi, which is like my favorite sushi place. I actually didn't even start eating sushi until Argentina. It kind of slowly started happening when I first came here. So it's a really good spot, and had a volcan for dessert, which is my favorite dessert, which is basically like a molten chocolate lava cake. It's really good. Basically, you cut into it and like hot chocolate, liquid chocolate just pours out. So delicious. So that was the next day. The following day, what did I do? I ended up going to the botanical gardens in Palermo. Walked around that area, which is a nice garden, basically. And then ended up going to Las Cañitas, which is a pretty area, kind of in the Belgrano area nearby Palermo, where again they have a lot of bars and things like that, restaurants, a cute area to hang out, go out to eat and stuff like that. So checked out that area. And then that was actually Friday. So afterwards, I ended up going to this event that I saw on couch surfing, because it's literally just around the block from where I was staying, at this wine bar called Trovo. And they basically had this like language exchange group kind of thing, so people come from all over. And anyways, it's pretty much just a meetup. So went to that, which was cool. Met and talked to different people and hung out. And then the last day I really got to hang out and explore, because I left on Sunday and didn't have time to do anything, was, let's see, that was Saturday. So I ended up going to the Ecoparque, which used to be the zoo, and now it's, I mean, mostly inside it looks the same for the most part. I think they've made some changes, but again, it's a nice park. And in that area, there's still some animals. I forget what the one's called. Different birds, peacocks. One that kind of looks like a giant bunny, but I forget the name of it. Anyways, it's a nice park to walk around. And then like kind of in the other side, I guess, they still have the zoo. I didn't go in that area, but I did see an elephant from far away. So it's nice to walk around that area. And again, trying to get the last of what I could of different foods I liked. I got a choripan on the street, which was right there by the park. I feel like those also used to be like everywhere. Like I remember being so easy to find them on the street, and now I don't feel like they're in as many places. Maybe they're just out on the weekends in that area, I don't know. But I got one. And on my way walking to the feria in Recoleta, I stopped and got some media lunas filled with the dulce de leche and the cream. Got an alfajor for later. And eventually made my way back to the fair in Recoleta. And just hung out there really for a little bit. Was just enjoying. There's always people hanging out and someone singing in the park and stuff like that. So was just hanging out and enjoying pretty much. And afterwards went to this cafe called La Velia, which I didn't know, but I actually had read about. I guess it's one of the oldest cafes too, I would say. But it has that like old-timey look and feel. Traditional, kind of like Cafe Tortoni. Had a cappuccino there. I hung out for a bit and then headed back. And then I ended up later meeting up with another friend I had made in the trip, who is also one of the girls I had met when I was in Buenos, Ecuador, along with the guy that I had visited in Cologne. So we ended up meeting up later, went out to eat in Palermo at Campo Bravo, which is a parrilla. Another thing that I still hadn't had since I'd been back that I wanted to have was a lomo, which is like the best, I think, kind of meat, which is filet mignon, pretty much. So had that there finally, which is in like a Malbec sauce with stuffed potato, stuffed with like spinach and cheese, really good. So glad I had that, and we had some wine, of course, and then later went to one of the breweries nearby, had a beer, walked around a bit more, but a lot of things were actually closing. I was surprised. It was like Saturday night, and I thought it was earlier, but we ended up getting a really late start, and ended up pretty much like having dinner around midnight. So after the first bar and we were walking around, it was already like 4 a.m. or something, which we were kind of forgetting. I was thinking it was earlier than it was, but still, I thought more places would still be open, and a lot were closing. So I guess at that point you pretty much have to go to a boliche, which is a club, because everything else is kind of shutting down. But still, I was surprised. I'm like, Buenos Aires, there's always nightlife going on. What's happening? Anyways, that was pretty much the rest of my time in Buenos Aires. Had a great time, really enjoyed it. I forgot to mention it's actually been over a year now since I started traveling, so it's been a little over a year. I got to Europe on May 9th of last year. It's pretty crazy. Today is May 27th. And yeah, I just really enjoyed my time there. It was sad to leave. I know I'm gonna miss it. Luckily I'm still traveling in Argentina, so that's nice. But it really reminded me of when I went back to the States over the holidays, because it felt like home, and it was like really nice being back, and you kind of forget you're traveling for a while and just like enjoy being there and not feeling like you have to run out and do stuff all the time, and just really enjoy. So it's really nice being back and really sad to leave, but it's definitely one of the places I know I will be back to, which is hard to say because not many places are like that. Usually I'm always looking for a new place to visit, but I love it, so I will definitely be back to Argentina and Buenos Aires. Alright, I think that's pretty much all I have for you on my last bit of the stay there. So let me show you the view real quick while I'm here. This is Puerto Madryn. I am on the pier right now. There are boats down that way. And well, it's kind of hard to see that way because of the sun. But anyways, I will be exploring this area and also the peninsula, Valdez Peninsula, the next few days. So I will really catch you in on everything here on the next video. Talk to you then. Bye.